So welcome guys to our first game in the SCPH replay casting session number 7. So it's the 7th one this year. I honestly thought I was going to be able to do this once a month only, but I was able to overflow just a little bit. And joining me today for some of these games here and there is going to be Mr. Cantabicali himself, Mr. XtinC, with a new mic on the board. Oh, look at that crystal clear voice. I'm so happy. So yeah, TVZ, my friend. And oh, forgot something. There you go. Dude, I've been doing something in terms of prod. So instead of anticipating things, I just mute the sound and the music so it's easy to handle on prod. So I was like, oh no, I don't have music right now. I don't have sound right now. It's because we came from a tournament and it's a good change of pace, Mr. XtinC, that we're doing the replay cast again after all the tournaments going on. I didn't really have time for this, but with the backlog in hand and with you on my side, I guess we're gonna enjoy some StarCraft action. So, since we are in replay casting, Mr. XtinC, I will give you the advantage of doing your favorite parts of the intro. But first things first, introducing, here on the bottom left of Everdream LE, it is our Red Terran, the admin himself, Mr. Visuals, Mr. Worldwide. It is DLSMIZEL.
Tan 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 tan.
Come on, give me some more spice. That's just the cracky ones. Come on, bro. For a fact, I know that's a stock somewhere. So you know, I'll give you another chance to introduce our next player on the board. Here, Mr. Professor. This guy, you know, sometimes family comes first, wasn't able to compete in the last quarantine tournament, but it's great to always see him in and around the community. Very educational, pretty potent on that Zerg. It's our blue Zerg player here on Everdream, Cypem.
Tan 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 tan.
You did the exact same thing except louder. What the fuck?
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I want you to do something creative. No need to copy something you hear. Well, it's okay. You got a lot of replays to try again, so no worries about that. So
I thought you were talking about getting more energy.
oh, kumain ka na raw, kiddo. But anyway, we got okay, so Mizzle's gonna be setting up his 1-1-1 for at the very start. We will be playing standard and reactor already immediately. In the meantime though, a very greedy opening here for Cypem. I'm gonna go for 3 hatch already, expecting more or less a macro game, especially from these two players. Cypem pretty known to love that macro and really build on those bases to begin with.
Yeah, I think that's a early third hatch for Cypem here.
Quite early.
You usually get your third hatch around 30 supply and ZVT. This is more like the Korean style ZBT.
That's true, and I've been noticing also, because I've been watching GSL, so my brain has expanded just a little bit. I've been watching some local games as well in my free time, so my brain has expanded even a little bit more. And notice the metabolic boost timing here for Cypem. This is gonna be pretty late, and if Mizzle is able to really react in time, and if he went for the double pump Hellions instead of those Widow Mines, he could have actually punished a few drones here and there. But the one thing Cypem did have was creep spread, so he did connect those bases, which is all good. But yeah, the meta boost is such a good defensive tool against that initial attack.
Yeah, the reason why is he get an early third hatch as much as possible, and he doesn't have enough minerals to create 2 queens and start metabolic boost. That's why it's a little bit delayed. You really need to get that queens early on to help defend that Reaper harass.
That's true. You know, if you have Zerglings and they can't run to the Reaper is just gonna kite its way to victory. But Mizzle has decided to take an opportunity to play defensive instead. He's going for double pump with the mines of all things, and he is gonna go for the stim pack research already. Now, I have a question for you, Mr. Ken, since you actually play this game. What's more popular nowadays in the ladder? Because I've heard Bio is having such a resurgence yet again.
Yeah, Bio has been very, very strong lately. Like, almost in ladder, all of my games were mostly Bio, and every time I face someone going mech, it's like it's not that hard to beat as of now. I don't know if it's because of the skill level or it's just that they played terrible. But as of right now, mostly of my games who are mech, I've been winning.
I think it's just basically, oh, what a run by the way, Cypem. He gets in and Mizzle is not ready with the wall. That is the natural. All those workers will go down immediately. Bunker has no people. It seems like Mizzle forgot to, put people inside the protective hole, and the salvage will not connect.
It's a mine drop. It's a mine drop. Look at the base of Cypem.
Oh yes sir, mine drop right there, right then. Oh yeah, we don't have Game Heart. Ah, I've been spoiled, Mr. XtinC, but good call there. Look at that. This is why you are a player, because you're quick on that mini map. Good hits there, and then, but at the same time, this natural base getting torn apart, and Mizzle will be forced to defend on the high ground. And honestly, even though that Mizzle did get a few hits here and there, Cypem is in a pretty commanding lead right now.
Yeah, the problem is Cypem didn't actually throw it up. He made a lot of lanes to try to get aggressive, and that's why he has a lot of things to counter attack. I mean, I think in ZBT, this is the downside of going mine drop, where you really need those Hellions for that early defense against the lanes. And if you go for mine drop early on, you want to have enough proper defense to defend against that lane aggression.
I completely agree actually, because you want to get Hellions at the very start because they're very, very versatile. They have the harass, they have the protection, and later on when people aren't too busy, or are more busy rather, you go for the Widow Mine drop because that's going to be less noticed than usual. But in the meantime, we got Cypem right now going for that lair tech. He wants to go for the Roaches, and he is going to be looking to get a little more gas along the way. So it's Roach Ravager on the 3 base, pretty potent here, and now Widow Mine still here for Mizzle, and I'm really questioning the fact that he's refusing to build, cars. Come on, ka-chow.
Yeah, he needs Hellions here. At least Hellbats. Like, Hellbats can defend against him very easily.
Well, there's one thing I have to say to you, Mr. XtinC, that if you can find a way to increase your input on mic, that would be better, because I already have you at max on Discord, and it's good, but you can be a little louder because I feel like you're mixing with the audio. It's okay. This is desperate for you. We'll figure things out. As 4th base right now coming in for Cypem, and he is looking to just drone on up and keep this lead. Now, basically, he has been forced to back all the way because of the Widow Mines, but he knows Mizzle will have to play it slow. He's stuck onto base. He has been scouting around, hasn't really seen anything else amiss. And basically, this is Cypem's 2 command overall. Mizzle really just messing up in terms of that defense onto the natural wall. And he's paying for the price. Now put on the back for the try and heat things up in economy.
Yeah, he needs to get an army real quick because Cypem's economy is so strong. He's over on 70 drones against 30 on Mizzle. So he really needs to dig deep here and make a lot of army. Cypem's just going to roll over.
It seems like Cypem wants to go for the killing blow already. He's gonna go for the 4 hatcheries, make that a 5 with the proxy hatchery on board. And with just the economy there, it might be a big force of Roach, Ravager, and even Hydra actually getting the upgrade. So this is your basic +1 army with range upgrades, and it is very potent. And what is usually the transition if you can't get the killing blow there after maxing up on Roach, Ravager, and Hydra? What do you go next in? Swarm Host? Do you go into Broodlords, or what's the call there?
If it's bio, you can easily tech up. If it goes 1-1 range and carapace. If you haven't killed your enemy and he's going bio, you can transition to +1 melee, +2 carapace and banelings, and then transition to ultras. Basically, you go Ravager, Bane, Ultra, and yeah, it's so good actually.
I also see the build where you go for Nidus and Swarm Host. And what makes you decide on what to go on usually?
You basically, if the turn goes bio, you don't go Swarm Host. Swarm Host is terrible against bio.
Yeah. But I'm just asking you, like, it really depends on the composition of your opponent over your own. Okay, gotcha.
If he's going mech, you can Swarm Host is the best unit you can build.
Free trade.
Free trade, cost efficient at the same time. It's a lot of mobility, especially with the Nidus. Now, before we move on, I want you to go to Cypem's main base and put a little down a little bit. You see that hatch, that 4th hatch, that 5th hatch? That's not a proxy hatch. That's a macro hatch.
Terminology. But yeah, basically, it's the hatch beside your normal hatch, and it's in your base. Your proxy hatch is like here, something like that. That woke up. Okay. Anyway, though. Okay. They're fine. Help. seems like they have a little chat going on, and well. So Mizzle is forced to basically defend, and he is in a position where he has to split up his resources in a way, because Cypem can do whatever the hell he wants and more, and just keep maxing on up, having the biggest army that he can. And besides that, he can just choose to get as many of this territory as he would like. But on the other side, MiZEL needs to keep up not only in the workers and the army, but he can't do both at the same time. And when he tries to, well, you can already see the difference there. 43 workers to 74, 66 army to 87. And this upcoming attack might just be Cypem looking pretty happy to roll on over.
Oh my god.
Good surround there, not going for the push.
There's a lot of damage,
There is no survival here, Mr. Kent. And that is going to be an extinction rate here for MiZEL. Cypem with the Baneling push. A pretty potent opening right now from Mr. Cypem. And MiZEL's just laughing at that.
It's a laugh, not a GG.
It's very much GG. The moment the natural was basically destroyed, it was Cypem's 2 control overall. Even going for the Baneling Cocoons into the front line, doesn't even care. And it seems like Cypem in behind has already gotten to Hive Tech and is going for Adrenal Glands of all things. I feel like that's an upgrade that is slept on too much now. That you should just casually go on it when you can, because Zergling run-bys with Adrenal Glands is so scary.
Yeah, basically Adrenal Glands for Zerglings, like the Super Saiyan links. Like they kill units a lot faster, they can kill much faster. Basically this looks like a campaign where the Zerg just overwhelmed the turn.
Oh, ooh, fuck you from Mr. MiZEL. Cypem will take the victory, well deserved. And well, you gotta just notice the fact that no Hellions means no harass, no versatility, and kind of no hope. It's a one-trick pony when you go Widow Mind drop early, right? And since they don't have invisibility without getting Drilling Claws in this patch, well, there's no stopping. I mean, it's so easy to stop. It's like, okay, you shoot the mines, and now I kill you, and that is it. That is it. So victory goes over to Cypem. Pretty much, of course, in terms of skill level, it is a little bit of a gap, that's for sure. But, you know, MiZEL's been working hard into the ladder and everything. And, of course, we always want to do a MiZEL game here and there because this is how he got intro to the community. So that was our first game, guys. So we'll see you guys into the next one.